Ready. I'm ready. Hey. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I was never not ready. I didn't literally just get off the bus. That would be crazy. That would be lucrative. Why would I do that? I just got off the bus. I don't even know what to do with myself. I guess I gotta let this theme song bang though. We're gonna start with that. I'm honestly, this is a That's how we do it, boys and girls. Welcome to the Checkdown. Let's preview one of the most pivotal games of the NFL calendar. The NFC East is fully up for grabs. That's not even a debate. This is a war. This is going to be one of the most important games in the NFC East calendar. This is going to set the tone for the rest of the division. The Giants need this game, but not even as bad as the defending champs need this game. Show them the standings, Rick. The Redskins are on top at 2-2. Wow. The best part about this is that no division games have been played. Sorry, the Giants played one and lost. I kind of forgot about that. Okay, that one hurts. But the Giants got to play 5. The Cowboys got to play 5. The Eagles and Washington have to play 6 division games. So this is going to shuffle. If you were looking at the Giants right now, if the Giants were your fantasy team, you'd say, I'm the best team in the division. I just have bad luck playing good teams. And I think that's hella fair. I think it's hella fair, right? Washington's got 2 wins in the NFC. That's great. One's against the Cardinals with Sam Bradford, week 1. And the other, I don't even remember what it was. What was it? It was definitely not impressive. Oh, it was the Packers a week after Aaron Rodgers hurt himself. Cool. Those are my slides. So this division is 9,000,000% up for grabs. Ignore everything else. One team has to finish the NFC East on top. And that team's going to get a home playoff game. Regardless. So this game is going to matter. The Giants win this game, they got the same amount of wins as the division leader. Okay? And a better division record. The Giants win this game, they are tied for first in the they are the same amount of wins. They're not tied for first. But they have the same amount of wins as the team in front of the division. That's why this game is massive. In most other divisions, the Giants are dead. Oh, look, you're in the NFC West. The Niners are dead. You're in the NFC South. Oh, look, the Falcons are dead. This division's slightly more up for grabs. Everybody's good. We knew the NFC North would be an absolute war. But, AFC West, the Raiders are dead. So the Giants are so blessed at 1-4 to be in the division they're in and to be in the situation they're in and have this opportunity tonight to catch a banged up Eagles team on the road on a short week. The Eagles are not healthy. The Eagles are not healthy, and they don't match up well with the Giants. Can I get an Eagles injury report? Yes, you can. Let's stay on here. My phone is wild today. Will be difficult for Lane Johnson to play. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Left off the Wednesday injury report. Now he's not going to be able to play. Oh, look at that. Haloti Ngata's out. Is he good? Oh, look at that. Corey Graham, the backup safety, is out. The Eagles have 3 healthy safeties, and Maddox has been playing safety for 2 weeks. Oh, sorry, less than 2 weeks. So you have, just so we're clear, the 3 safeties for the Eagles tonight are Malcolm Jenkins backup, and a guy who's been playing safety for 12 days. I just want to make sure we're on the same page about what the matchups is, because all I hear about is the Giants getting smoked. But let's start to hammer this home a little bit, huh? All right? Wow, that's funny. The Giants, the Eagles are down to only a few tackles. They had to call someone up from the practice squad. Wow, Corey Clement's back this week, but you know, Jay Ajayi's going to miss the whole year. They don't have him. Lane Johnson. One of the best tackles in football, huh? He not going to play. Look to the Giants' final injury report. Pretty good. Red Ellison, we're okay with it. Whatever. I don't need the Giants to play with a tight end. I need their kicker for sure. Olivier Vernon will play. Wow. I don't care about Evan Ingram. I care about Odell Beckham. Russell Shepard is a little bit of a concern. Derek Barnett being a full participant was a full concern. Look at that. Lane Johnson not listed, and now he's not going to play. That is illegal. You are not allowed to do that, Eagles. You are not allowed to do that. You have to disclose if someone is injured. Saquon, though, he all right. Let's look at Eli Manning's stats, as I tend to do. Sorry. Contacts. I'm trying to help a friend trade. I'm trying to help trades. If you need trade help, you got to text me, y'all. Send me an email, rick@boomfantasy.com. Let's help you get a trade going. I want to hear your deals. I need to tweet, and then I need to get Boom Chat open. Look at Eli Manning. Elijah Nelson Manning. I want to look at his 2017. I'm getting a call from Patterson. Just not going to pick that up. Just not going to pick it up. Not worth it. Why am I on the season? I just want the Giants, man. 2017 Giants. 2 games against the Eagles. First one, week 3, 24-27. This is the Giants page. It's 2017 Giants. Okay, so we're offense. Oh, look at that. 366 passing yards. Is that good? That's when they were at their healthiest, huh? Let's look at this Eagles team the next time we played them. The next time we played them was December 17th. So they were less than 2 months away from being crowned Super Bowl champions. Oh, what's that? Is that 500 yards of total offense? Is that Eli putting up 400? This is after McAdoo got fired. This is no Odell Beckham. This is Tavares King and Sterling Shepard doing it. All right? I don't care about Nick Foles. We're talking about the Eagles defense, the number 1 ranked defense that held him up so good. 37 and 57, 434. Hey, man, say what you got to say about Eli. We're not going anywhere tonight. We are not going anywhere tonight. I'm trying to find a way. I'm got to get this. I got to get my tweet out. Promo, you know, no. What do you guys want to talk about? Let me know in the chat. I'm all ears. Like I said, I just got off the bus. So, like, I'm basically shot. And I have to do fantasy stuff, gambling stuff. There's a lot to do before Sunday Night Football kicks off. Let me know how you're doing in your leagues, and let me know what you think of this contest. If you need extra help for the boom slate tonight, if you don't know much about the Eagles or the Giants, and I understand they're very local teams, they're not national brands, what you need to do is you need to go to our YouTube page. We're growing. Our subscriber count's growing, and we post videos day of, strategy videos for the millionaire slate, which is a lot of questions, but we cover all the possible questions you'll see in contests. And let me tell you something. We got this video down to 8 minutes. So your boy did 8 questions in 8 minutes with an intro and an outro. So I don't want to hear that I'm not the best. I'm just saying. We're also going to pull drawings for free millionaire entries. Free milli entries are going to get pulled from our Twitter at 7 o'clock. So if you're on Twitter, amazing. Gritty. We're going to talk about Gritty. Gritty, the Eagles mascot. Oh my God. Look at this. Let's look at this. Whoa. Look at this. Oh, wow. Look at that. One-on-one with Joel Embiid. That's cool. Whoa. Oh, no. So, if you're not involved, hold on. Let's bring it in first. I don't need to hear this. Let's bring it in first. So, if you're not caught up on this Jimmy Butler mess, basically, Jimmy Butler is trying to get out of Minnesota. He doesn't want to be a Timberwolf anymore. I can't blame him. He showed up at yesterday's first practice, called everybody soft, said that they need him, they can't win without him. He said, who wants mess? Karl Anthony Towns said, I'm the best one here. Jimmy said, well, shit, let's get at it. Called him soft. Then he took all the dudes from the end of the Wolves bench, all the scrubs at the end of the Timberwolves roster. He took them out, and they worked up the starters real good. That's amazing. It got better. Then Jimmy Butler had Rachel Nichols on deck to do a sit-down exclusive interview, which leads me to believe that he might have blown up the practice on purpose because he knew what he was going to have a chance to explain himself after. But needless to say, the T-Wolves canceled practice today with no media access, right? That's hilarious. And then we got this. Let's look at this from Wob. This is a tweet from Sham. Timberwolves All-Star, this is from 2 o'clock today, Eastern. Timberwolves All-Star Jimmy Butler called a players-only meeting today, airing his feelings towards situation and management. Butler expressed to players he would compete with them as signs pointing to him staying with the franchise into the regular season. Kermit laughter. Jeff Teague, it wasn't no players meeting. You just made that up, bro. Y'all got to relax with this fake news. That's from Jeff Teague, starting point guard of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kermit on fire. Wob is the best. This is actually amazing. I need to get out the link for the show, and then we need to talk about it a little more. Damn, I can't type when I just got off the bus, and I'm really, really like, it grogs you out, man. And now I gotta go from sitting to sitting. Like, I just want to pace around my house and stress my gambling bets for a little bit, if that's okay. Oh, I can hear my neck make noise. Sorry, tweeting. Tweeting. Only in the Boom DFS app. That's where we be at. Let's just check Twitter in case YouTube, in case we're in other places. Anybody else hanging on YouTube? Good. Good. Gucci flip flop. Live until 8, talking only in the Boom DFS app. We love it. All right, now we retweet from the Boomage. Boom, we got to keep that giveaway cranking. And then we pull up, and then we can finally chill. What? Edelman, Boyd, or Shepard? I need one. Edelman against the Swiss Chiefs. We're slowly getting more entries for our $1 million contest. We're going to pull it in half an hour. Okay, now I can pull Boom up and get in the chat and hang out. And now we can get more into this Jimmy Buckets drama. Jeff Teague said it wasn't no players meeting. You just made that up. Relax with the fake news. What's up, Shawnee Mac? Shawnee Mac, I'm shook. This Jimmy Buckets news. All right, and I just got off the bus, so I had to burn the first 25 minutes of the show complaining about my neck. All right. So after that, Jimmy confirmed to Rachel Nichols the players-only meeting happened. And then this post, Jeff Teague's post with the four of them. What's this? What is this post with Jeff Teague? Because this was deleted from his Instagram. This is the Wolves starting five with Towns sitting in the back behind them. That's Wiggins, Taj Gibson, Teague, Jimmy Butler, with Cat kind of in the background. What is that? What does that even mean? This is what makes the NBA the best league on the planet. What are these players trying to say to us? John Lucas, what meeting did you hear about? The one Jimmy Butler confirmed happened. So John Lucas is one of those bench players. Darius Johnson Odom, what meeting? Another guy for the end of the bench. Another guy. If Jimmy Butler, there it is. If Jimmy Butler held an invite-only meeting and didn't include the bench guys he ran with yesterday, which seems like that's exactly what happened. Did Woj plant this story knowing Shams would report it, therefore destroying his competition? Oh my God. What? I didn't even consider this outcome. And then he goes full tinfoil hat. I love that we're going tinfoil hat. The season hasn't even started. We are 5 days till basketball season and we're already doing conspiracy theories. Man, that's unbelievable. Gorgie Dang. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is Dane Moore. What Jimmy Butler wanted was a renegotiated extended deal, not the $110 million offered. Easier said than done. The renegotiation portion would have boosted salary from $20 million to $30 million. The Wolves would have had to cut $19 million to do so. How do they do that with this? Give Butler raise at 10. They would need to get to $91 million in total salary. That's 19 in slashings. This would have been a difficult task in a normal summer, but with every team's books stuffed from spendings, few teams to absorb deals. Not only would the roster be frail, but it would have taken numerous assets to have cleared. In this salary cap environment, multiple league execs told me it would have taken 2 firsts, wow, to move Gorgie Dang's contract. Gorgie Dang, keep my name out of your mouth. You always talk about me. If you want this money, suit up then. That is awesome. I don't like NBA players getting contentious with the media, and I don't like them being called fake news. But with the amount, like the NBA is more prone. I was always told when I was coming up in sports media that the MLB is really, really hard to get access. It's really hard to get access. And the NBA will fucking let everybody in. Family show. The NBA has no problem letting Johnny Blogger into the locker room. Minimal clearance needed. So Dane Moore, unverified, staff writer for Zone Coverage Minnesota. What is this? They got barely 4,000 followers. Nobody likes this. It's just this one guy running it. So, like, that's NBA players can get frustrated because in the MLB, there's real journalists. In the NFL, you got real source journalists. And then NBA writers are mostly bloggers because there's a lot of NBA. And there's a lot of niche coverage. Keep my name out of your mouth. That's unbelievable. Wow, I can't watch that Joel Embiid interview because I'll want to watch the whole thing. But the fact that Shams is reporting this, Shams on the Jimmy Butler meeting, several players spoke up in players-only meeting, but Butler led it, made known his issues with management. His message was similar. I run this. He's far too competitive to sit real games. But it doesn't make sense. He completed the Dennis system on them. That's really good. Alshon tonight or Allison Monday? Half point PPR. Please advise. Yeah, I'm just going to tell him to play the one that isn't hurt. Right? Play the one that's alive. That's how I would handle that. One of those guys is hurt. One of them is not. So I need to look at props. I need to look at odds. I need to make sure I have 5 fantasy rosters that are copacetic and competitive right now because it's been a busy day. Good Morning Boom was a smash today. If you didn't watch Good Morning Boom on IGTV, I thought it was one of my bests. It took me forever to find a funny video, but I crushed it. And let's just watch it. Let's just watch it. It's funny that I have a Good Morning Boom from 1818. And I'm wearing the same shirt. Okay, that's bizarre. That's from almost 2 months ago, and I'm wearing the exact same shirt. Let's watch today's episode. No matter how bad your workday is going, you never go full Jimmy. You never go full Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler. I'm Rick Rosen. Good Morning Boom. This is our Instagram show. So you can only watch
According
this
to
on
Adrian
Instagram
Wojnarowski,
and in
Jimmy
the app.
Butler snapped at Timberwolves
It's fire
practice
every day.
yesterday. He called the whole team
Weird to
soft,
watch myself,
called out
but
organization's
it's what we're
leadership,
doing right
and
now.
took on the starters with
As
the
I
third
tilt
stringers
over props
and
and
dominated.
totals.
That is a power move if I've ever seen one. Butler's supposed to be with the team through the season as they attempt to try to trade him. Talks have broken down several times with the Heat, but for now, Jimmy Butler's just mad and in Minnesota. It might be time to press the panic button on the Vegas Golden Knights. They got slapped in a Stanley Cup rematch 5-2 to the Capitals last night, and now they're 1-3. They didn't lose 3 games until Halloween last year. Now, this team was the biggest mystery in sports last year because they didn't have the talent to perform the way they did, finishing atop the West. And as they say in Vegas, everyone's a loser, eventually. Thursday is pick day. We're gonna cash for the 4th straight week. You know what it is. I'm obviously taking Giants money line. You doubt Eli Manning? Look up the numbers against Jim Schwartz defenses. It's all about Odell tonight. And then in the college game, going back to Northwestern at home.
Those are
Give
picks.
me the under,
Those picks are
hosting
locky.
Nebraska. Lock City, baby.
A volatile, explosive situation. Look out! Look out! Oh my God in heaven! What the hell? No!
That's it for me for the
It's good,
week.
right?
Make sure to download the Boom Fantasy app. We're there live before Thursday Night Football, live 10 to 1 before Sunday. You got to get down. I'll see you on Monday.
I told you it was a banger. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is how we get banned, kid. This is how we get banned, kid. Yeah, watch Good Morning Boom. That's on IGTV. That's pretty easy to watch. Follow us on Instagram. We do some things there. We're doing more things there. It's an expansion. But we got to talk about this Giants-Eagles, John, because I'm getting way too many people telling me that this is a one-sided affair. I don't understand. What about the Eagles' offense is supposed to scare me that isn't Carson Wentz? And by the way, Carson Wentz don't run anymore. So I'm just trying to figure out what is the mechanism for the Giants to lose? It's got to be Zach Ertz catching a dozen balls. So the Ertz prop has to fire off, right? Zach Ertz reception, 6.5. Wowza, looking like a lock for me. Where was I'm missing pictures. There we go. Let's try to get the Boom slate up so you guys can look at the Boom fantasy options for tonight's millionaire slate while I'm slack-jawed here. Stuck. Ertz, 6.5 catches over -140 feels very good. You know? I'm just saying, you got Beckham against one of the worst corners in football. You got Saquon, no Haloti Nada. You got Olivier Vernon coming back. No Lane Johnson. Like every little kind of nick just seems to fall in the Giants' favor in this matchup. I'm not saying it's going to be like a blowout. I'm just saying this is not a Eagles lock at all. If anything, it's more of a Giants lock than an Eagles lock, but it's a lock for nobody for realsies. On God. I'm getting stuff. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Damn. Why am I so bad at this? because I'm trying to talk and do this and do that. But honestly, the Eagles have a good run defense, and that's fine for Saquon. But it's not just Saquon. Beckham is actually going to have a really good... He's been having a good season in terms of them trying to get him making plays. They've been having a really good season. It's not always easy. It's their best player. Everyone knows that. The idea being that if the Giants take away Beckham, you take away the big play threat, and then you can shrink the field and come down. But the Eagles don't have the safeties to play that close because they will make mistakes, and we will make them pay. So I don't feel as good about Eli passing yards at 270.5. I wish there were a Saquon total yards prop. Sometimes they give you rushing plus receiving. They don't have that today. But if you can find that, I'd like someone to let me know what that number is, because that's attractive. But any Eli number that's like around 260, I feel like is good to go. For sure. For sure. This is not the Super Bowl champs. This is a different team with a quarterback that's recovering. Carson Wentz has been good. Carson Wentz has had top 13 performances 2 weeks straight, and I respect him for that. But he doesn't have the same mobility that made him an MVP candidate when he went down. He just doesn't. There we go. That only took forever. Whoa, baby. Bang. Is that better? That's fine. We love it. Hanging with me, baby. 20 minutes, we're going to pull this thing. We're going to pull some millionaire entries. I'm going to get us on the case. We'll talk about the 5 worst teams in football in a little bit. It's time we do our reverse rankings. We got to know. Good streamers for tonight. We go over this boom contest. But first, man, I got to talk to you guys about this boom box. You know about this, right? Have you seen this? You heard about this? Seen this? You heard about this? It's the way you get hooked up for watching Boom Fantasy live streams. I had somebody deposit on Tuesday after being on this app for months and never playing a paid contest. Now they're in. And not only are they in, they're in with a chance at an autographed jersey from pristineauction.com, because that's what you get when you get down with us. Whoa. Whoa. I could not have botched that worse. You know what's in the boom box. It's boom apparel, it's boom swag, it's a jersey, it's a bobblehead, and you get that. You get on that by taking a screenshot of your deposit during a live stream and sending it to me, rick@boomfantasy.com. When you do that, I put you into a special folder called Boombox Entries. And when time comes, I randomize that bitch and we send some jerseys out. I got autographed jerseys from pristineauctions.com. Certificate of authenticity. Hall of Famer signatures. Stuff that's worth more money than what you're depositing. That's basically the gambit of a giveaway. You're entering to win something much bigger. But the thing is, like, you're on the Boom app already and you're already playing contests on Boom Fantasy. So it's like you getting rewarded for something you 100% already do. And then I'm going to throw a random bobblehead from eBay on there. Won't even charge it to the company card. It's my gift to you. That's a personal. That's me doing you a solid. If you don't know what's in the Boom box, that's a Hall of Fame running back. 5 first-team All-Pros, inducted to the Hall of Fame, 20 years. Madden cover athlete, former first overall pick. Do the math. You could figure out who that is. I'm telling you, you know people like, you don't want this sauce. This is the sauce you want. Randomize that bitch. What's going on, Chimook? You're out here. Chimook's all up in there. He knows good and plenty about this boom box. Hey, man, who do you think the worst team in the NFL is? Because, I mean, without Josh Rosen, I would say it's the Cardinals. But the Bills don't look so Billsy from how they started the season. I think the Browns are a good football team. So we have to find a new doormat. We have to find the new worst team in football. And it's hard. Because it ain't the Giants, I'll tell you that much. Oh, God, no. We can't be doing this 40 minutes into a 2-hour stream. Come on now. Oxygenate. Huh. Lauletta inactive. Did you know? Evan Ingram inactive. Russell Shepard inactive. We knew that would happen. Oh, Pilo Dilo said he tried the girly at B-dubs. I didn't even see that from Tuesday. He tried the girly, and it was awesome. I love that. If you don't know, the Todd Gurley is mild plus lemon pepper. Wow. Some places say they don't do it. He said, I'm Todd Gurley. Go do it. And that was when he was in St. Louis. Now he's got to go to L.A. L.A., it's all Korean fried chicken, which is superior in some ways, but it may be harder to get good lemon pepper wings. They're probably like pasteurized, range-free, organic, $16 for 8 wings. I always find it fascinating how wings are priced because some places just get away with like overcharging wings hard. For me, I'm not paying more than like $1 a wing. To me, that's a fair starting rate. If you're doing 10 wings for $10, I don't like it, but if I'm feeling wings, I pretty much don't have a choice at this point. Wow, that rain really lightened up, huh? It's a big storm. We're getting the Florida carryover. It absolutely poured in New York today. Funny anecdote. I'm walking to the new Boom office, new Boom HQ, and I missed it. I overwalked it by a full avenue in New York, which if you're not familiar with New York is an actual mile. One avenue is 1 mile. So I'm one down and it's not. But then I get the text from Gary. Gary's like, nah, it's on 7th, which is funny because I should know. It was a pun and I missed it. But it's on 7th and I was on 8th. And so I get to 7th, I do the thing and I leave and I get to 8th about less than a block from where I need to be, Port Authority. Monsoon. The worst you've ever seen. This would not even do anything. And you can't rock this in a rainstorm because then you get on the bus and they crank that AC. So I hold up in a coffee shop for like 15 minutes. And I tell you what, 15 minutes translates to 50 in terms of bus traffic. Like 15 minutes not on the bus is 50 minutes you didn't spend in traffic. That's the going exchange rate. It's like a Fahrenheit to Celsius type exchange rate. So I lost a lot of time. Then the guy next to me put his seatbelt on the bus. Took out Pacifica, Pacific Standard, which I thought was just a calculator. And he didn't have deodorant on. 2 days in a row, the guy next to me on the bus put their seatbelt on the bus. If anything is bad enough that you have to wear a seatbelt, we got way bigger problems than were you wearing a seatbelt. Like, let's measure. You're in the middle of a full bus. If that thing goes down, you got way bigger problems than buckle up. And for me, I'm safety grabbing the seat next to me. It's over. It's not even, I'm leaning forward anyway. I don't understand why the seatbelt is even on the bus if you're not a small child. Small children need it. But he had a huge beard too. I was so freaked out. But here's the thing that I've but come to the realization, because I feel like if I realized it'd be like through experience, but I haven't done it. Because I always want to say like, yo, next time you want to come on my bus, you put some deodorant on. I don't want to get contentious before we even pull out. Because now we have to sit next to each other for an hour and change. You just don't want to start on the wrong foot when you're like literally a foot apart from someone. Because that's the only foot that matters. The foot of personal space between you two in the bus seats. I listen to Serial. It's all right. Serial season 3 is kind of letting me down. I don't know what to tell you guys. That lineup is submitted, right? We're good to go here. Submit lineup. Lit. Let's go to the next league. Let me know what you need to know for tonight, and I will fill you in. I said it on the strategy video with Ty from DFI, which is funny because I like Nick. Nick and I have done a bunch of videos. Nick Johnson, Big Play Coach Jay. But the thing about Nick is he's a Chiefs fan, so we don't have any like contention. Tyler's an Eagles fan. So Tyler showed up to do his DFI strategy video in his Super Bowl authentic Eagles jersey. And I was like, my God, dude, are you trying to be neutral analyst or what? Clearly the answer is no. So I let him talk his smack, whatever. He knows he's got the inferior team tonight. And then I just roasted him in rankings for the next 20 minutes, smacked his entry up. I tell you what, Josh Adams is the Eagles running back I think you need to watch. In fantasy, everyone flocked to Wendell Smallwood and Corey Clement as soon as Ajayi went on IR. Josh Adams is an undrafted rookie from Notre Dame. He had Notre Dame level talent, so you know what's good. Just a name to watch. I'm just saying. Just a name to watch. Todd Gurley had a nice game against the Rams. Hey, that Rams game, Eagles, man. Dude, unbelievable. He showed up in his jersey. You got to hear about this, Chimuk. Okay, so I hope he's not watching. So Tyler from DFI, right? He's a college kid. So we talk about Eagles, and I'm like, what'd you bet on? And he goes, I got the Eagles. And I'm like, okay, did you bet a lot? And he goes, I actually did kind of a degenerate thing. And I'm like, hold up. Because you know how I get degenerate. I'll rip the most degenerate of degenerate bets, and I'll tell you about it later in the show. If I get one Boombox entry not from Chimuk tonight, I might reveal my most degenerate bet. But so this is what he told me. He said, I bet on the Eagles. I parlayed the spread with the money line. That's not even that degen. I parlayed the spread with the money line. So think about what you have there. You have a parlay. Both legs need to win at boosted odds. The Eagles to win straight up and the Eagles to win by at least 3. I don't know if you see what I'm seeing here, but there's some overlap in those bets. So all you're doing is taking a spread bet at minus 110, parlaying it with the same result, and boosting it to plus 180. How is that legal? The answer is it's not. It's not legal anywhere except this guy's back end Pennsylvania college bookie, which I got no problem with. Get paid. I just thought this was the most incredible thing I've ever heard, that someone thinks that that's legal. You parlay the spread with the money line. My response to that is don't bet on anything else besides that. Find your spread plays and parlay them with the freaking money line. It's free. It's free extra money for your bets. That is the most degenerate, insane thing I've ever heard, that a bookie would allow that. I was shook. And then I asked for his number. They wouldn't give him to me. Unbelievable. The spread parlayed with the money line. How do you allow that? I love it. I could not believe it. He has the spread parlayed with the money line. It doesn't make any sense. All right, so here's my degenerate bet. I'm going to do a little stretch here. Let's build up the degenerate bet with some music, because we're heading into the second hour anyway, and you know I like my theme song more than anybody. It's a banger. So this is a bet that was passed down to me, friend of a friend. No window takes that. No window ever takes that. This bet was passed down to me by a friend of a friend who uses it situationally to some success. Are you ready? The home team in a teaser with the away team, in a teaser with the over, in a teaser with the under. Degen life. 13 points in every direction, right? So right now you'd get Giants plus 15.5, Eagles plus 11.5. You get over like 43, over 38 or something, under 50, 58. I don't know the spread. You get a big window to work with, and you just hope for a close game. That's the most degen shit I'll ever do in my life, is that 4-team teaser. 4-team teaser, single game. Single game, 4-team teaser. Over, under, home, away. Fired off. It's got to be a close game. That's the logic. The logic is it's a close game with decent amounts of scoring. Lane Johnson is active, so that's fucked. But he's got a high ankle sprain. They're going to give him a shot. Remember, you can only take the shot pregame or halftime. Think about that. You can only take the shot. It makes sense that Tony Romo was so good in so many fourth quarters because he always took the shot at halftime, right? That's why Tony Romo always started a little stiff, right? And then came on in the second half. Here come the Cowboys. Late rally, comeback win, fourth quarter, Tony the Kid. Because his back was a mess and he could only take the shot at halftime. Man, Tony Romo's on TV every week and I love him, but it's hard not to think that his back is a mess, right? No window would take that. Few windows would take my teaser. They would probably laugh at me, but online books will, but not these regulated New Jersey sports books. They will not let you combine that many game details. Over, under, home, away. Online offshore books do it. 13 points in every direction. Absolute degen shit. I'm going through my fantasy lineups. I need to. I'm sorry, guys. It's really bad. Rhett Ellison is out. Giants are missing both of their top tight ends. I mean, he was going to try to play, but there's so little he can do. He's mostly a blocker anyway, but that means, honestly, the Giants are going to be a lot of 3-wide, and they're out their third receiver. It's going to suck for power scenarios. It's going to suck for protection, honestly, because we need Rhett to be chipping on players like Graham and who's the other one? The one from Missouri. Is that Graham? Brandon Graham and come on, Michael Bennett. But there was other guys. There's another guy that I'm missing. Derek Barnett. It's Derek Barnett, guys. I thought of it. Derek Barnett. So the Giants line is not aces, you know. Eric Flowers is out. That's fine. Chad Wheeler's actually banged up. But we're going to try. We're trying, Jennifer. This team with David Johnson, Melvin Gordon, and Joe Mixon looks really good. Austin Hooper or Trey Burton. I think I'm going to go Hooper. It feels like the week that Hooper scores a tilt touchdown because the whole DFS planet is going to be on Julio Jones. If you don't take Julio Jones in DFS this week, you are a clown show. Why do you ask? Because Julio Jones torches the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just clicked Overwatch. That's bad. Julio Pro Ref. Julio Jones. More Jones pages. Career splits. Julio Jones against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Oh, look at this. We got it here. 12 games, 83 catches, 1,400 yards, 17 yards per catch, right? 10 touchdowns in 12 games. Like, why can't he play a full season against the Tampa Bay Bucks? That's what I want to know. Julio absolutely sharts on Tampa. And if you don't take him this week, you're a stooge. He doesn't have more than 6 touchdowns against any other team. Sorry, that was 5. He has 5 against Carolina, and he doesn't have more than 3 against any other team. 10 against the Bucks. That is ridiculous. For his career, Julio Jones has 43 touchdowns. He has 10 of them against the Bucks. Nate Sudfeld is active for the Eagles. I think that's weird. They have 3 quarterbacks in the active tonight. I guess they're thinking blowout. Get Sudfeld some work. That'd be rude. But Julio does all of his work against Tampa. So if you don't start him this week, if you leave him on the bench because he's been cold, if you don't play him in whatever DFS format you choose, if you don't put him in a yards prop, if you don't put Julio in your boom early slate question, you are a fool. Doesn't understand matchups. It is what it is. This is where he shines. If you're ever going to play Julio, this is where you play him. This is where he can literally win you your week in season long by putting up a 35 spot. And the other person's just like, well, my whole week is over. This is where you go into work on Monday and your coworker's like, hey, did you do okay in fantasy? And you're like, I had a really good week, but I went up against Julio. And they were like, sucks. It's that kind of week. It's that kind of week for sure. Yeah, this team's looking spooky. Andy Dalton, David Johnson, Melvin Gordon, Aguilar, Robert Woods, Mike Williams, Hooper, Joe Mixon, Bears D. I could do without Robbie Gould. I got Luck on my bench. I got Golden Tate on my bench. Trey Burton on my bench. Doug Baldwin on my bench. Baldwin would be an interesting play. I got one more league I got to look at, and then I'm all squared up. Actually, this league really doesn't deserve my attention. Just make sure I have nothing in for tonight, and I don't. And I'm going to try to fire sale that team tomorrow. I'm working from home tomorrow. I will be firing off tweets and trying to trade my entire college team for draft picks. I'm stupid. I should have done it 2 weeks ago because now everyone knows I'm trading for draft picks. But the team is 0-5, hard 0-5. It's a keeper league. Everyone has better keepers. I would like to punt, please. I would like to punt and acquire draft picks, please. So like most good NFL games, this one's going to come down to the turnover battle, and that's where I think the Eagles have a real edge. Just in terms of consistency, Carson Wentz really doesn't throw picks. Carson Wentz doesn't get strip sacked. He's got a quick release, he's smart, gets rid of the ball. Manning is an interception volatile guy. Odell Beckham fumbles. We could talk about how much we love him, but when he carries it with one hand, it's not safe. So the game could turn very easily, and that's what makes me nervous about outright picking the Giants on the money line, because this could easily come down to one mistake. That's where the four-way tease is great, by the way. Give me some cushion. Give me some little room to work with, eh? Chimook, if you're in the chat, by the way, you boomboxed, so you should really go on the emoji board. I'd be honored and privileged to draw you an emoji tonight. Get you on the board before Sunday. There it is. Get you on the board. So, just think about it. Armel had the pineapple. Pilo Dilo had the Lombardi trophy. I could put it anywhere you want. Food for thought, baby. This Jimmy Butler thing, though, this is crazy. The drama. The NFL doesn't have drama like this. Unless it's Le'Veon Bell. And Le'Veon Bell's in Miami still. Le'Veon Bell's doing whatever he wants. It's amazing. And as the season turns, too. Your fantasy season, man. Matthew Berry said Le'Veon Bell was his number 1 overall player. Think about that. Matthew Berry's number 1 overall player has 0 carries, 0 snaps through 6 weeks of football. And it'll go through 7. Ain't that some shit? That's like so dumb. I mean, Matthew Berry's Matthew Berry. If I had ESPN's platform, I would probably have touted Zeke and David Johnson, which is a miss. But what would you do? I said it earlier in the season. If you picked in the top 4, I mean, we went into the season saying, if you're not picking in the top 4, you're in big trouble. Now it feels like if you were able to pick just outside of there and avoid Fournette, you're in great shape, because it means you ended up with a Beckham, a Julio, which has not been the worst, an AB, which has been fine, but you really ended up with a Melvin Gordon, which is what the real prize was for right now. Saquon, Kamara, these guys that were going 5, 6, 8, these became the real prizes of redraft, which is crazy. And then there's Todd Gurley, 3 touchdowns last week against the Seahawks. I always leave him out. It's insane how good the Rams are. However, that game is in the snow this weekend. So y'all better keep your eyes on the weather reports. That could be a very, very interesting game. I asked earlier this year, how do you see the Rams lose a game? Where do you see the Rams losing a game? In a blizzard, probably. In a blizzard, most likely. That seems to be like the best place to catch the Rams. If you're going to catch a team that runs 3 wide receivers 90% of the time. Sorry, checking text. Schlemiel. Oh, we got to pull Millie entry. We got to pull $1 million entry. So this is what I do. If you follow us, if you follow the Boom Twitter and you don't know how we do drawings, it's really easy. I take how many retweets we have, 17, and I put 17 in a random number generator, right? So I go to Google, I Google random number generator, I type minimum 1, max 17, and I hit it. I got 12 and I got 5. Here's the problem. If you have Playline Army in your bio, I just go to the next one. I just go to the next one down. Because why would I give you a free entry when you clearly rep an inferior DFS position? You rep an entry that paid for your fandom. Playline buys your fandom. I don't want you to like Boom because we give you free stuff. I want you to like Boom because we're a great DFS app that is good for you and you think you have an edge to winning money. It gives you good fun and you enjoy watching streams. I don't need to send you an Xbox controller or a Knicks jersey to hang out on Playline and to put Playline Army in your bio. I'm giving the Boom box away to depositors, right? You're in on Boom. I'm in on you. I'm not just going to give you things for retweets and Twitter bios. That being said, let's give away some entries. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Robert R. Sipes, RRS Golf. We love it. 140 followers strong. Congratulations, you got a millionaire entry. And the other number was 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There it is. Mastodil. And now I got both of their Twitters. And I put them together. And I copy paste and I send the congrats out. You guys know what the fantasy football counselor is? Me neither. Rough day there's been some drama today. As much as I love daily fantasy and fantasy football community, I just can't stand people who are like putting down other people because they're in the industry. Like, you know how hard it is to get paid to talk fantasy sports? It's based on the number of people that want to do it and think they can do it. And for you to just say like all those guys are idiots. Like, I'm hardly a fantasy analyst. I'm entertainment. But I can still bring numbers and opinions because I know the game of football. Basketball season, I'm going to have to work my ass off to be relevant. But I want to do that. I'm not going to sit behind an Instagram camera and tell you that I have that the industry's bad. Because the fantasy industry has never been better. It's never been better, and it's never ever been more collaborative. Because when we're not journalists, we're not fighting over scoops and stories and relationships. The data is for everyone. And you write about what you want to write about. I cover what I want to cover. And if the fans are passionate, it really shouldn't matter if we're wrong or not. But some people are so blatantly wrong and so blatantly arrogant that it just infuriates me to the point where someone's like, why does it bother you? Because you're like coming after my work family, you know? Like, I made friends in the fantasy football community. And for people to just come at them from across the border, listen. To think that the heart of the fantasy football community is on Instagram is narcissistic and indescribably stupid. Because just look at the demographics of both things. There's a much older branch of the population that plays fantasy and doesn't have an Instagram, right? Instagram's for the youth. I'm not dirting on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. But I'm saying for you to put your flag in there and say, I'm number one here, and thus, if so facto, I'm number one everywhere. That is infuriating. Because you don't get to the top without climbing on the backs of the people that didn't make it or are trying to make it. Anyway, let's give away these Millie tickets. Say it with your chest. I'm getting so mad tonight. The bus does this to me, man. Freaking old man Jenkins on the bus next to me. I can't deal with these people. It's supposed to be a commuter bus. Get a free shot at $1 million. Reply with your boom username so we can add it to your account. I love giving things away for Boom. Man, I could have done that with 2 phones. Jalen Ramsey tweeted a lot about the Bible today, I noticed. It was very interesting. Crazy. Justin McMahon pumping. Special guest on Mav's new video. Odell, Shepard, Cody Latimer. That's what the Giants are going to trot out today. Nervous. Just making sure I got everything going on now. Everything cooking. Get back in the chat. Let's fire off these last 50 minutes and get pumped for Eagles Giants. The line is actually down to 1, which is crazy. With that Lane Johnson news, I'm hoping more money comes in on the Eagles. I've been mumbling. Turn your volume up. I've been mumbling. But I understand. Because I want to do full-on takedowns of people, John Oliver style. But honestly, it's not worth the effort. If I'm going to take someone down, like John Oliver's taking down congressmen, he's taking down the NRA, I'm just going to go after someone with more Instagram followers than me. It feels petty, but I also feel the need to defend my industry because I don't want that guy representing me. That guy talks to athletes and is like, people are like, yeah, great. Like, oh, man, you give us such a bad name by being such a stooge. Joe. Bring it to my front door. Get your passport. So stupid. This question on your left, my right, most passing touchdowns, made field goals. I think that's a D-bet steal. The D-bet, which is usually the most unlikely scenario, it's Jake Elliott most made field goals out of that group, passing touchdown or made field goals. The Giants have given up 8 field goals in the last 2 games, the Saints and Panthers. Now, those offenses are way better than what the Eagles are bringing tonight, but the Giants can let teams get close and then are good at putting the clamps down. That's what happens when your coverage is good, but your pass rush is not. If the field shrinks and everybody's covered, then the passers can get there because there's a little bit more time spent in the pocket. Right? So I might look at a field goal prop now that I'm talking myself into it. This is probably the third week in a row I've talked myself into a field goal prop. And I'm not mad at it at all. 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 Remember, we got a London game this week. So be sure to get your lineups in early. Get submitted by Saturday night. And then on the show tomorrow, we can talk about the game live. I can have the game going on the screen next to me. And we can just watch football and talk football at the same time. And it'll be like I'm watching the early game with you. Seattle and Oakland, it's not like a doorbuster, but I would like to see Derek Carr against that offense. Why do they only get a week? I guess they got the week off after. I guess you'd rather have the bye after the London game. I just think the schedule's so bad when it comes to getting a team to and from London. But does that mean we got London for the next 3 weeks? Because I know there's 3 London games this year. London makes it tougher to check down, man. It makes it tougher to host an online show because everybody's watching football. I would. But there's still fantasy questions. And oh, wait. I'm sorry. Back up. That's a primetime Wembley game. That's a night game at Wembley. That's a 1 p.m. start. I didn't even realize that. That will not be the case for every game this year. That will not be the case for every game. But getting a night game at Wembley is pretty cool. I have to get a Millie entry locked in. Love it. Had a nice little bet on Spain today. Looking at some soccer for later. I know Mexico's playing. But I'm really just focused on some of these Giants props. Eli Manning passing yards, I feel like we got to dig deeper into his box scores. Because the 2 Eagles games last year, he did have a bucket of attempts. And with Saquon back there, you just don't need to throw the ball as much as you did last year. Dylan, 617. Congratulations on your Millie. Congrats on your Millie, Dilly. Dilly Millie. Let's actually send him that. ASMR. Welcome to my ASMR channel. Next, I'm going to eat potato chips, and then I'm gonna grow my nails out and scrape them. So stupid. I never understood that fad. I mean, I guess it's not a fad. I guess it's still going. Imagine that being your streaming career, just like touching things slowly and softly for like 4 hours a day. Cool, dude. What a great channel. Like, I never understood it. ASMR, but that was my seltzer. I just 100% got seltzer on my microphone. I guess if you're a spit talker, that's normal. But I got a little aggressive there. Sorry, I've been moist literally all day. Good Morning Boom was dry, but the walk to the bus, my God. Mother of mercy. Sweet Odin's Raven. By the hammer of Thor. Garth, if I were to give you some money out of my wallet, would that somehow ease the pain? Do you have any idea what you just said up there? Sterling. What's the Shepherd prop looking like? I love that. 5.5 catches. Wow, that seems really nice. 5.5 catches seems choice. I might just load up on these Giants props and hope they go Hamzo. Let's look at Eli Manning's game log a little bit. 224, 279, 297, 255, 326. With 29 attempts in the win. And his lowest it was against Jacksonville. So aside from Jacksonville, he had pretty nice, he's having a pretty nice season, guys, in terms of hitting this 270.5 prop. Oop, Silva's column is up. If you don't read Evan Silva weekly, you're a stooge. I just realized the Giants have two dudes named Shepherd. All right. We need Shepherd is 5.5 catches. 5, 3, 6, 10, and 4 last week. But look at this. His yardage total is consistently been high with doing less. And his yardage tonight is 67.5. More so, his games against the Eagles have been very solid. Last year was his rookie year, so we only have to go 1 year back. Never mind. This is his third year. 2 games against Philly. Oh, 7 for 133 and a tote? Tell me more. Oh, cool. Later in the year. 11 for 139 and a tote. They were by far 2 of his best games. The San Fran game was good too, but this was with Beckham. 7 for $133. Beckham got hurt week 5 here. And even then, how did they score 22 points that game? If Beckham got hurt and Shepherd had 1 for 9. Must have been a nice Ingram game. But Shepherd yards is minus 140, and that's pretty sexy. I mean, Beckham's yards is 96. I feel like that's too high. Even if he's dominant, I just feel like that's a lot of yards to cover. But what's really interesting is that Eli has thrown over 30, because I'm gonna need Eli to hit 270 yards. I'm gonna want at least 33 passing attempts. Eli Manning completions is at 24. That's way too risky. No way. Completions I feel like is a really hard one. Jake Elliott, total points, 8.5. That's another one that's really solid. So we're looking at Zach Ertz over catches. I would love to hit a Smallwood under. Smallwood under 59.5 total yards. I kind of love it. With Corey Clement involved, I think Josh Adams is going to play. I'm going to hit that. Smallwood under 59.5. Jake Elliott over 8.5 points, like it. Manning over 270.5 yards, will take it. Saquon it's total rushing yards. And then there's there's 57 rushing yards and 46.5 receiving yards. So what would you make that total yards? 90? We'd smash the over. If you were going to make Saquon's total yardage, you got to make it like 104.5, right? Because he's going to get his. Cody Latimer returning kicks. Odell fielding kickoffs. Ooh. I might take special teams touchdown. Wow. This would be a good night for it. Shepherd over 67.5 yards or over 5.5 catches. I just feel like he's much more likely to get the yards than he is the catches. That being said, he would have had the catches in 2 games this year. But 4 for 75, I feel like is much more where Shepard lives than 6 for 80 against Houston. So give me the yards. Give me 67.5 yards. That's very fair. And I'm nervous about the Giants kicker. I'm not going to touch him because I know he's hurt. Giants team total is 21.5. I love the over there. I love that over. And then for the game, we're just going to take the G-Men. We're going to take the G-Men, and then we're going to take the 4-team teaser. Let's get D-Gen. And tomorrow we'll bet on baseball. I'm getting way sharper in college as the season goes on, but it's mostly been the thing that takes my money away. We go up big on Monday night. We give it a little away in soccer. Baseball gets us back even. Thursday night puts us ahead. Saturday puts us all the way in the red. And Sunday lets us break even. Then we wake up and do it all again, baby. I'm gonna get logged out here. All these bets. Damn, son. Logged out. We're hitting 40 minutes left on our Thursday show. Any questions you got, you hit me up. Remember, this show and all Boom Fantasy streams are brought to you by the Boombox. That's the way you get down for supporting the stream and watching Boom Fantasies. It's rick@boomfantasy.com. You deposit. You send me the screenshot. You said, Rick, I deposited during a Boom Fantasy live stream. I say, Litsky. I hook you up with gear. I like so. Then I got autographed jerseys from pristineauctions.com. Hall of Famers, current players. I got a young players college jersey that I'm like as excited about as the Hall of Famers because I just think it's sick. And that's one of the ones I'm really excited to give away. When that stuff starts showing up, I'm going to have a little photo shoot. We're going to get some lights. It's going to be sexual, family show. And then we'll throw a bobblehead in there, random eBay bobblehead, and that'll complete the boombox. That'll just show up at your door for repping Boom Fantasy. You won't even know. But once the stuff shows up, we can put a draw date. Then we start hyping. We put out daily reminders. You got to get in to win. But the thing is, like, you're in the Boom app right now. So you're, like, already doing the thing that would get you set up for the boombox, which is playing games on Boom Fantasy. You know? If you're already in the Boom app playing games, why not just throw money in during the stream and get yourself in that boombox and then watch our strategy video with Daily Fantasy Insiders and get prepped for the contest? I'm going to tell you straight. This Ty kid, he wore the Eagles jerseys, who's a piece of shit in my eyes. But last week, family show. Last week we were here for Colts Patriots, and he smashed that contest. He was all over Ebron. Ebron smashed. All over Sony Michel. He smashed. All over the Patriots doing work. Smashed. Got to go with the over. For what? Chat's behind. I'm sorry. Just clarify. I'm taking a bunch of props. The over for the game, I'm not necessarily big on. I don't know why. The more stuff I talk about, it clearly would break out for a high-scoring game for me, but I'm just not confident in point totals. I would rather take these stat props the way I'm looking at them, especially because we've been smashing the last 2 weeks. We had luck totes, Giants team total 21.5, right? Doesn't 21.5? Sorry, Scott. Doesn't 21.5 seem like the Giants could easily get there? I feel like that number was set when we thought it would be windy, right? I just feel like the Giants are gonna get into the end zone at least twice. So we're like more than halfway there. Saquon's going to get his. The Eagles secondary is as depleted as a top secondary could be. You know? 3 safeties on the roster. Malcolm Jenkins, his backup, and the guy that's been playing safety for less than 2 weeks. Right? That's against the number 1 deep threat in the NFL. The most important guy that you cannot let get behind you. I swear to God, if Eli doesn't pull triggers tonight, he is retired. Because the safeties they're going to bite. Malcolm Jenkins is a run-stopping safety. He's going to try to play close to the line of scrimmage. He's going to blitz. Give Odell the chance. We talking Devils hockey. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Do I believe? There's 2 Taylors in my life, Hall and Swift. All right? How about Vegas starting 1-3 though? Vegas got slibapped around. Can you guys really fathom the fact that the New Jersey Devils have the reigning NHL MVP? Does that even make sense? Does it even, it's honestly hard to fathom. He's not a star as far as NHL people are concerned. The New Jersey Devils have 2 primetime games this year. Wednesday night rivalries is not a thing anymore. Taylor Hall is the reigning MVP of the NHL, and he plays not goalie for the New Jersey Devils. As a lifetime Marty Brodeur watcher and Devils trap player, yes, Mark, I'm glad you saw that on Good Morning Boom today. The Vegas Knights are 0-8 at home since letting Imagine Dragons play on their ice. They have turned it radioactive. The Knights were once on top of the world. Now they're seeing demons. Because other teams are bringing the thunder. I don't know any other Imagine Dragons songs. I just crammed them all into one there. Adam Larceny. Oh, Yabo. Pew, 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 pew. My favorite part about Taylor Hall is that he's more beloved in Edmonton, where he's from, than in New Jersey, where he plays professional sports and like wears the jersey. Like, Edmonton writes so many articles about like, Taylor Hall update. Our forgotten son is doing so well back in the States. 1-0 over the reigning champ Caps. Sure. Why do you come into my chat with all this hockey talk? Because the Devils are playing right now? Are you saying I should have bet on the Devils? Oh, the Devils caught the Knights on a back-to-back, and they're getting them right now? I didn't know that. Let me bet the Devils live right now. Can I live bet the Devils up in here? Who scored? Was it that man? Was it the bad man? Hall had a shot, but it wasn't him. I don't see it. Butcher's pretty good. Listen, this is a team, okay? We're going to the playoffs. Eagles secondary is doo-doo. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's going to fuel a lot of my gambling decisions tonight. Palmieri scored. Hischler and Hall with the assists. So Taylor Hall got the point. What's going on, Joel? We're talking Eagles, Giants. The Eagles secondary's banged up. We're talking Devils. Better late than never. Hey, just like me. Dude, I got stuck on the bus. I didn't start the stream till like 6:05, and I was soaked to the bone. I had to start the stream late, fire up a ham and cheese in the toaster oven, and just call it a day. I am so hungry right now. And I don't know if I'm going to go out because it's raining. And rain sketches me out. So I need to make so much food. I'm going to make all the avocados at once and all the toast at once and just have myself a millennial night. Does OBJ throw deep again? No, but he should. Dude, pouring. Joel, I got caught in it in Manhattan so hard. Jersey's been on and off, but everything's coming up our way. Mark, don't say that. Mark, I need you to go look up Eli's the last 2 games against the Eagles, he's combined for basically 700 yards. The Giants put up 500 yards of total offense on this team without Beckham at the end of last year. That was a healthy defense that went on to stifle multiple teams in the postseason, okay? It's a Jim Schwartz scheme. That's what the Giants do. The Giants can tear apart that Jim Schwartz scheme. Unless that was McAdoo. unless that was a McAdoo scheme and it was just the perfect foil. Because the Giants only looked like they had teeth on offense against the Eagles last year. An aggressive blitzing scheme that sells out on the run and is pass funnel. That's what I'm saying. Eli does things to these Schwartz defenses, but was that McAdoo? Was that only McAdoo? I think Eli has confidence against the Eagles. That's what I think. I think Eli just knows the value of these games and knows he can do different things against them. He's always taken deep shots against this team, even when the game is over. Remember the comeback game? Okay? This is Eli Manning has to be as good as we've seen him. And I think he will be. Because Jalen Mills is covering Odell Beckham. Like the matchups, all of the skill position matchups outside of Zach Ertz against Alec Ogletree / Landon Collins. Exactly, Joel. I 100% agree. All of these matchups, skill position wise, go in the Giants' favor. All of them. Except for Wentz against the Giants' D-line. But the Giants have been okay in coverage, and the Eagles' receivers are not fully healthy. Mark, I understand what you're saying, but like that is Shurmur is saying, and everyone who's watching the film is saying, like, guys are running open. I think your boy Bradford might be wearing Giants blue next season. You're an embarrassment. Go home. Go home, Mark. You're done. Good seeing you, bud. Get out of here. You gave it your all. There's no way Sam Bradford wears a Giants jersey next year. Sam Bradford's not getting on an NFL roster with the way he played in the Mike McCoy system at the start of this year. And you can see, by the way, watching Josh Rosen, you can see that Mike McCoy and Pat Shurmur are drinking a little bit of the same sauce. Short, run up the middle, 70-yard touchdown. The difference is when you're running a Bruce Arians system, you're going to get multiple chances to shoot your shot. When you're running a more conservative system, when you set up the big play, when the big play is there, you have to take your shot. You have to take your big play shot because you don't have 8 to 10 big plays in the scheme. You have 3 to 5. Is your buddy coming back to sing and make my son cry again? No, Joel, I actually haven't talked to him since Sunday. I actually haven't spoken to him since that. I was so upset. And then I was like, dude, you really made people like not like the show. And he just started like quoting Kanye. He was like, I don't take advice from people less successful than me. Which is hilarious because he's a failure. Remember when that stooge came on here and said Connor was going to win? Yep. Nope. I remember that, Osman. That was a guy that told you he didn't know anything about MMA, and I still asked him 3 follow-up questions. He said he liked Connor, but he didn't know. So my best thing is remember how Khabib didn't have great takedowns against Iaquinta. That was the favorite statement that was made out of MMA ignorance. Is like, oh yeah, you're right. Khabib's takedown skills are overrated. Just completely locks Connor's legs up. I've never seen a fighter take another elite fighter's legs and render them useless the way Khabib did with that lock. I've never seen it. I thought it said 54 for a second. I thought we were almost out of here. That was crazy. The audacity. Dude, he came back in here, it was dog shit. But that happens. Osman, I'm thinking about jumping on the Devils live. They're up 1-0. They're catching the Capitals on a back-to-back right now. So if we can get that between periods, that feels really good. Yeah, if we get that at the first intermission. The Capitals are a good team, but the Devils are a playoff team with the reigning league MVP. And they are up 1-0. And like I said, the only Khabib does that with the legs. That's crazy. I don't watch enough Khabib fights. But that is absolutely crazy. The Devils are on the power play. So I hope they don't score. And if that goes into intermission 1-0, I have no problem taking the Devils live for the last 2 periods. OBJ right now is Jarvis getting fed up in Miami, stuck in the slot. I hope Shurmur or Eli wakes up and see all the weapons they have. Dude, it's not even like that. Like, You got to play the scheme you're in. OBJ isn't getting the ball deep, right? And why would you put him over the middle? You can't run Beckham over the middle. He'll get clocked. He's a running bullseye. So for me, if OBJ isn't going to take a screen or go deep, I'm not always sure what to do with him because I don't want him going over the middle like that. But there's just the Shurmur offense right now is just so drag route dependent, right? It's all across the middle. It's all going across the middle, over the middle, over the middle. And it's just not effective because teams are not respecting the deep shot because it doesn't exist. OBJ trying to have that LeBron pull. No way he's going anywhere with that deal. He's not going anywhere. Running Bullseye is my Indian name. T.O. 2.0. Listen, you call T.O. 2.0. T.O. is a Hall of Famer. Put some respect on that name. I have no problem comparing you to Odell Beckham with a Hall of Famer. I have so many problems with people hating on T.O. T.O. went to the Super Bowl and dominated. He didn't play any of the playoffs. He got his leg broken at the end of the season. Showed up in the Super Bowl and probably would have won MVP if the Eagles played a little defense. Miles Wood just fought Ovechkin. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I love that Mark's checking in with this banger of a Devils game. Is this the home opener? I don't think so, but it could be. The NHL schedule is like a little wacky, where there are some NHL teams that have played 4 games, and there are some that have legit played 1. Dude, T.O. was so nasty. He stayed in the league a little too long, and we got sick of him too quick, because he had unproductive years in fucking like Cincinnati and shit, family show, and none of it mattered. But you got to understand the peak was as good as anybody. When you're talking about Odell Beckham, you might be talking about the best player in football. Best player in football. And not only that is a respect from the rest of the league. The rest of the league. I don't think OBJ acts like a stuck-up rich kid. Like, stuck-up rich kids complain about nothing. OBJ wants the ball, and he wants to win, and he wants Eli to throw to open receivers. Like, Joel, I understand if Eli's taking the short route. He's not Chad Pennington because he has the arm strength. He's just not throwing to them. There are pockets, and there are routes, and there are schemes, and Eli's not trigger pulling. That's totally different. I don't think OBJ is a I need attention guy. I really don't. I think he is himself, and that naturally draws people's attention because he's eye-catchingly athletic, right? He is an absolute unit, and he's frustrated because he just signed a max deal with a team that plays a 1970s style offense. Any big-time receiver would be mad. Wide receiver is a diva position? Yes. Do you know why? Because you have all the talent in the world and you cannot succeed without some dumb white guy. That's why it's so frustrating to be an NFL wide receiver. Some idiot quarterback is the catalyst to everything you do. You can't catch a single ball without it being thrown to you. That has to be so frustrating. It's so hard to get off the line clean and get open. Now this guy's got to give you a good ball. Throws it too far ahead, you reach out, you get concussed. He's going to say sorry. You're going to get a migraine. It's not a fair deal. Quarterbacks get all the attention. Quarterbacks are taught not to complain. Quarterbacks have to deal with way more camera stuff than wide receivers do. So wide receivers get frustrated easily because the game is essentially out of their control. Oh, a wide receiver takes over the game. A wide receiver can't take over a game without a quarterback throwing him the ball. It is never a solo takeover job. Right? Again, that's not fair, Mark. That's not fair because Russell Westbrook needs the control. It's different. Russell Westbrook needs to drive. Russell Westbrook needs to carry the ball up past half court. Russell Westbrook needs to get his rebounds. Odell's fighting for 5 fucking catches, family show. Odell is pining for the average workload of a star receiver. Odell's like, just throw it to me the same amount of times that they throw it to DeAndre Hopkins and we'll be good here. If Odell Beckham had 12 targets a game, you wouldn't call him a complainer, right? He needs the workload. He wants to be the best. I respect that, and I understand his frustration. But the Russell Westbrook's not a fair comparison. Odell doesn't even like Taylor Swift like that. We have that video of Westbrook dancing to Taylor Swift. Does he go about it the wrong way? Yes. No qualms there. Kicking the kicking net? Stupid. But dude, look at this. Look at this, dude. Sorry. Can you see what I'm seeing? No 30-point games. No 30-point games. You scraped 23 against Tampa and Denver, right? So many weeks of no production. And that's just 2017, not hitting 30 points. Let's go back to 2016. Didn't hit 30 points here one time either. Scored 28 one week. All we're talking about is average offensive production. My guys, this is the age of quarterbacks. This is the age of offenses. The quarterbacks doing it right now are freak athletes. And Odell is stuck with Eli Manning in an offense that can't score 4 touchdowns. I'd be frustrated too. That's bogus. You're wasting the prime years of the best player in football. He's got every right to get mad. Does it mean he is not necessarily going about it the right way? I will concede on that. But this is just a joke. 10, 13, 14, 16, 17. That's what Buffalo scores. This is the best receiver in football, a quarterback that some people want to put in the Hall of Fame, and a hand-picked coach for his offensive schemes. Get the hell out of here. That's frustrating. 2015, the first year under McAdoo. This is what I'm talking about. 49, 35, 32, 31, 31, 30, 30. That's a McAdoo offense. And what did Beckham have? 96 for 1450 and 13 totes. It's not that hard to see why he's mad. He shouldn't have signed that deal if he's really that unhappy. Not that hard to figure out. Joel, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on this, but you can't tell him to not sign that deal. You know what I mean? Is the best deal possible. He doesn't want to uproot his life. Besides, the teams with elite quarterbacks can't afford Odell Beckham. That's the issue. You have to give him a young guy. You have to give him Josh Rosen. How often did Keenum go deep to Diggs and Thielen? I tell you what, it was enough. 38, 34, 34, 33, 30. They scored their fair share of points, my guys. They had their fair share of points. Diggs, 800 yards and 8 totes. Thielen, 1,200 yards and 4 totes. They did the damn thing with Case Keenum. And they lost their Saquon after 4 games. Washington, Tampa, Cincy, Cleveland, Detroit. Those are defenses you're supposed to carve up. 29 each time against the Saints. 29 in 2 games against the Saints. Saints can't do anything to stop anybody. But Odell can't get going against the Saints. Why is that? I beg you. Because Eli doesn't want to pull the trigger. Eli doesn't want to go down in history as a guy that threw too many interceptions. And right now, that's why we perceive him as such. So he's playing conservative. He's backing his 70% completion percentage. Joel, that is it, man. Eli isn't a consistent gunslinger. He's never earned the name gunslinger. He's never had it. But I hope that through this discussion, you can see why Odell's a little justified in his frustrations. He can't succeed without Eli. Eli actively doesn't pursue that success of taking deep shots to the best player in football. That's how you get your success. Eli is actively working against Odell Beckham's happiness. They're not aligned. They're not aligned. Fuck chemistry. Fuck chemistry, family show. They have fundamental differences in offensive execution. That's bad. Right? And you see the way Josh Rosen dinks, Christian Kirk 75-yard touchdown. That's the way you got to do it. But if you don't take that chance, you don't deserve to win. And Odell has every right to be frustrated. I just want to show you guys one thing real quick, what my favorite player is up to these days. Look at this. Bang. This is the best QB celebration in NFL history. He throws down the Hebrew hammer. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I just hate superstars act out like that, man. I get what you're saying, and it makes sense. Eli is no Peyton by any means. He stays within his realm and doesn't like to take chances. I mean, Peyton wasn't taking chances at this age either. This is just the conservative old quarterback not caring about his wide receivers being young, exciting guys. We all hate seeing people act out. But here's the difference for me. T.O. scores a touchdown in Dallas, goes to the center of the star and celebrates, gets tackled, suspensions and fines. That's a superstar acting out. T.O. bringing out popcorn, crying, that's my quarterback, acting out. Odell proposing to the kicking net after a touchdown, acting out. But Odell getting mad that his quarterback isn't getting it done, that's just frustration. That's a young guy that is just frustrated. That sucks. It sucks. They're wasting his talent. Joel, you might be talking about the single best player in football. Like, he's really that good. And he's not getting the ball enough. And to go back to it real quick, we saw what happened when he did get the ball enough, right? 2015. Giants are 6-10 in the last Coughlin year. But oh, looky here. Look what we got. 13 touchdowns from Odell Beckham. 158 targets. 96 catches. At some point, just give him the ball is what I'm saying. At some point, just find a way to get this guy involved. 2-0, Palmieri. No, Mark, we're trying to take Devils live. I love it, but we didn't bet on this game, so we want... Like, if another minute and a half went by to intermission, we could get Devils -1. Now we're not going to get it. I got the Devils at -1 literally 3 seconds before they scored. My man, Osman. Bow, 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 bow. That's a boom fantasy winner, baby. Hashtag BFA. Thanks, Mark. Fuck you. Mark didn't tell you to take the Devils live. I did. Mark didn't tell you the Devils were at their home opener taking the Caps off a back-to-back. Credit where credit's due, Osman. That's not fair. Winners. We got a 2-team parlay lined up for Sunday. The 6-teamer failed, the 5-teamer failed, the 4-teamer failed, the 3-teamer failed. 2-teamer locked. How dare you take my credit? That's my friend, my credit. My friend, my credit. Do I want to drive to the Chinese place or do I want to drive to the pizza place and get wings on the side? Boom Fantasy app, that's where you are. We got 10 minutes to kick off. I probably can't go out to watch the game because it's raining. And rules are rules. Damn, 2-0 really puts a dent in me. But you got to understand, even Tom Coughlin was just like, oh, Odell's by far the best player. We need to get Odell the ball. Oh, Giants are rocking Color Rush? I thought Color Rush wasn't a thing. If the Giants are rocking new unis, we're gonna lay on them. Unbelievable. Photos. Oh, the Giants got the all whites. Why are we always talking about wings? Damn you, Scuba Steve. I tell you why I'm always talking about wings, Joel. Because I need to eat at a specific time, and I don't properly structure those times around Boom Fantasy live streams. So when we get into the last half hour of a Boom Fantasy live stream, I'm always hungry. Like, I'm hungry right now. Show me this jersey. Look at these. Olivier Vernon's active. Look at these. They're so fresh. One more. Everybody's showing up. That's the wrong jersey. That's a Bose commercial. Shepherd. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These are really nice. Look at that. Look at these. These are so fresh. Are you kidding me? What? These are so fresh. I'm going to cry. Good thing Alex Tanny is in there just in case. Hey, forever craving wings now. Joel, I totally understand. I bought wings on Monday. I ate them Monday night. I think I had more on Wednesday, and I want wings again today. It is what it is. It is what it is. Mark, we had a user, Pilo Dilo. He got lemon pepper plus mild from Wingstop on Sunday. Said they were heavenly. That's the Gurley, baby. We interviewed Todd Gurley before the Super Bowl last year. He said, my special wing flavor is lemon pepper plus mild. And that is the Flames. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm big on Daytona right now. Daytona is my new favorite. Hot plus barbecue. Or mild plus barbecue. It's like the buffalo plus the barbecue. Wow, that's a great flavor. Also, I have raw chicken and I just need to cook it. So maybe I'll just have cutlet. Either way, 7 minutes to the end of the show, Joel. I'm hungry AF. I had to get right off the bus and fire up this Boom Fantasy stream. Your boy is super duper out here. But make sure you get in these Boom contests. We have jackpots that are yet to be claimed. We had 3 jackpots go off last week and none so far this week. None so far is a word, but none so far this week is a thing. We do better than that. I want to see the mighty dollar go down tonight because if you lay on all of the Giants, I feel like you should take this one down. 5 minutes to go. Let's go over our bets for tonight. Props. Let's hit the theme song. Let's hit the boombox. Let's call it a night. I like the Giants money line because I think everything breaks out in their favor in terms of matchups. And if Olivier Vernon is full health, that can only make them better because the pass rush is what put the Titans over the top against them. That spreads up to 1.5 now. It's fucking all over the place. Family show. I like the Giants team total over 21.5. I like I like Zach Ertz over 6.5 catches. I like Eli Manning over 270.5 yards. I like Sterling Shepard over 67.5 receiving yards. Oh, I missed one. I like Jake Elliott over 8.5 points. By that token, you'd think I'd be on the over, but 45 is a weird number. 45 is a weird number, so I'd rather just not touch it and take the 4-way tees, feel a little bit better about myself. What's my call tonight? Giants, baby. Who's your under-the-radar guy? Josh Adams, for sure. I talked about him on the waiver stream. Undrafted rookie out of Notre Dame. Good size power back. Runs hard. Had some nice carries week 1 in the opener. And then disappeared. Because Jay Ajayi was banged up in the opener. He was questionable, right? Then he warmed up as the game went on. Remember that? He finished with a touchdown or 2. Lane Johnson is active. But Josh Adams is an undrafted free agent at Notre Dame that if he gets 12 carries tonight, he will force his way into fantasy relevance next week. He'll be in every waiver article as a Flyer pickup. The Eagles like to run the ball. Josh Adams has a high opportunity. Zero basement and a very solid ceiling. At the very minimum, he could immediately be the goal line back because Smallwood and Clement aren't power backs. I'm also thinking about the under on Smallwood because I'm so big on Josh Adams. Because if you think that Corey Clement is healthy and getting work, and they're going to try to work Josh Adams into the fold, wouldn't that mean that Smallwood has nothing to do with the game? Projecting Eagles running back rotation. I just want one article that says he's getting loose at the 1. For now, it's Clement, Smallwood, and Adams. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Lane Johnson, do you think maybe he's hurt, but he's active, and the Eagles had to make him active to keep out an IR violation? I tell you, as gambling gets legalized, NFL teams are going to have to take those violations seriously. You cannot say a guy's fully healthy, not on the injury report, and then he's questionable to play the next day, the day of the game. That's not fair. Whether it's me taking a bigger role, Wendell taking a bigger role, Josh Adams taking a bigger role. Adams is a standout at Notre Dame who has size and potential. There's no need to look outside the room. I trust Wendell. I trust Josh Adams. I want a coach to say something about Josh Adams. The Eagles rushed for 152 yards week 3 when Ajayi was out with a back injury. Clement and Smallwood had 56. Adams had 30. Clement had 16 carries. I'm taking Smallwood under prop. If there's 3 guys in the mix, I think Smallwood is the worst out of them. 59.5 is not a lot of yards, especially in the passing game. How many yards has he caught receiving in the last game? As we hit 2 minutes left. I got to talk to you about the Boombox. I'm stuck on the props, but I have a lot of props I want to take, as you saw. One last shout out to the Boombox. Get down watching Boom Fantasy live screens. Deposit. Send me the screenshot so I know you'll enter the drawing to win Boom gear, to win autographed merchandise, Hall of Fame signed jerseys from pristineauctions.com, certificate of authenticity included. It's real. Y'all, I love hanging out with y'all on the Boom Fantasy live streams. You know it. But I really love hanging out Sunday, 10 to 1, because that's money time, all right? So get cracking. Get working on your lineups. Go in there. Let's win $1 million on Boom. I want to write a big check. I want to show up at your house like Publishers Clearinghouse, and let's get these jackpots crushed. All you got to do is pick all the Giants. Like, it's really not hard. Right? Like, all you got to do is just lay on Saquon, Eli, Odell, Shep. Zach Ertz could have a nice game. We took that catch prop. But, man, G-Man about to do the thing. You've seen the jerseys. You've seen them color rushes. You seen them shits? Get at me at Twitter, at the Rick Rosen. I'm running the Boom DFS Twitter. Message me on Instagram. Post in the water cooler how you're feeling about your picks. I want to hear from you. Funny how I always work that timing. I'm about to go crack a cold one. Pull out some takeout menus. Have myself a time. I want you to enjoy yourself tonight, unless you're an Eagles fan, and then I want you miserable. If you need extra help, check out the water cooler. Has our daily fantasy strategy guide for this matchup. Answers the millionaire question, all the slate, every question you need to face in this Boom Fantasy matchup. Go Giants. We're going to get the most wins atop the NFC East tonight. 2 wins, all you need, baby. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Much love.